This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Get cheap game time as well as other Warcraft products at affordable prices. Click the link in the description below to check it out. Hello guys, this is Doronsmovies, and today I'll be talking about the Draenei and how powerful they are, covering their origin, history, culture, and characteristics. So, without further ado, let's get into the lore. Over 25,000 years ago, a mysterious race known as the Eredar lived on the planet of Argus. They were one of the most intelligent races in the entire universe and possessed a natural affinity for magic. Their society was advanced and developed, in which art, science, magic, and technology was really all combined into one. Eredar advancement and prosperity drew in the attention of Sargeras that he had just formed his burning legion. The fallen titan possessed a massive army, but he needed the brains to control it, so he saw the Eredar as the perfect candidate. By disguising himself, he manipulated their leaders Archimonde and kil'jaeden, but the third leader, Velen, saw right through it. Unfortunately, he failed to warn his brothers, and left with no choice, he departed the planet with his followers with only the guidance of the Naru. At the same time, Argus was destroyed, tortured, and siphoned. The Eredar turned into demons, and kil'jaeden and Archimonde became the right and the left hand to their new Dark Lord. Naming themselves Draenei, meaning exiled ones, they hid amongst many worlds, roaming through the universe, searching for a safe harbor. The two demon leaders were not happy with Velen abandoning them, and they searched for him relentlessly. For millennia, the Draenei were on the run, eventually settling on the world of Draenor some 250 years ago. Their advanced technology and intelligence led them to become a significant force on the newfound planet, and they finally had a world they could call home. Unfortunately, kil'jaeden discovered them, and by manipulating the native Orcish clans, war had engulfed the Draenei. Significantly outnumbered, they were completely slaughtered. Many of the survivors were so affected by the corruptive fell energy that they devolved into lesser forms. Only a small group of survivors together with Velen escaped, unharmed, hiding for years. Sometime later, when the Blood Elves and Illidan arrived to Draenor, the Draenei came out of hiding and managed to wrestle control of a narrow spaceship Exodar, finally freeing from Draenor. Unexpectedly, Blood Elves sabotaged the engine, and once the Draenei tried to plane shift, Exodar hurled out of control and crash-landed upon the planet of Azeroth. They now found themselves upon a mysterious chain of islands known as the Azermist Isles. They settled with their broken spaceship, and once they learned about the Alliance, they decided to join the faction. Since then, they have been a very important part, despite being very few in numbers. The Draenei have brought their wisdom as well as knowledge of the light. They played a role in pretty much every event since then, and in Legion, they finally dealt with their ancient enemy. After the defeat of Archimonde and kil'jaeden, they got back to their native planet, finally freeing it from the burning Legion corruption. Sargeras was defeated, the Eredar race shattered, and now the Draenei are living a new life as war is once again upon Azeroth. So, with this very brief history, how powerful are the Draenei and what are their characteristics? Draenei are very tall, being between 7 to 8 feet on average, or around 230 centimeters. Males are usually around this average height, so about 8 feet, while females are about 7 feet tall or 215 centimeters. As a race, they are very different than the natives on Azeroth. Skin tone ranges from blue to dark violet, and they possess hooves and a long tail. They can also have horns, forehead plates, and tendrils growing out of their chin and neck. On average, they weigh around 300 pounds or about 130 kilograms, obviously the females weighing less. Even though a peaceful and a non-aggressive race, most of the Draenei are very muscular and physically powerful, making excellent warriors. Overall, however, their strongest attribute is their intelligence. This is the reason why Sargeras sought them out in the first place, and they are some of the best mages in the entire universe. What makes them even more intelligent is their age. It is unknown how long their lifespan exactly is, but some Draenei have been alive for over 25,000 years. This makes them one of the longest living beings in the universe and on Azeroth, and makes them light years ahead of other races like the humans. Since escaping Argus, they made a direct connection with Naru and became one of their greatest followers. This, in turn, made the light the most important aspect of their society. Because of this, their main classes are the paladins and the priests. They have a better understanding of the light than most other races, and they utilize it to its fullest extent. Draenei also make perfect paladins due to their size and physical strength. The third most prominent class are the mages. This is the original eredar profession, and their genetics and experience makes them one of the greatest magic users in the entire universe. However, despite this, they mainly focus on the arcane, as warlocks are shunned in their society, as fell magic is what split them apart in the first place. When it comes to the culture of the Draenei, they are very unique. With the focus on the light and magic, they are dedicated to a virtuous life. Seeing so many planets and losing so much in the past turned them into peace-loving people, and very few Draenei are power-hungry. As a race, they are very unique when it comes to technology and architecture. Draenei are an advanced civilization that possess the ability to travel throughout the cosmos, granted mainly with the Naru technology, but still they had contact with that technology. In terms of weaponry, they generally favor graceful crystalline weapons and sculptured armor. Their jeweler crafting abilities and blacksmithing is truly a work of art. They not only utilize crystal for weapons, but they have also used them for anything from data storage to power containment. Crystals can be seen within their buildings, armor, maces, and jewelry. When it comes to mounts, Draenei generally lean towards the Elec and the Talbuk for ground mounts and Netherrace for flying mounts, mainly due to their ability to support their weight. Now, the biggest weakness of the Draenei is just their lack of numbers. They are ancient, intelligent, and powerful, but after traveling for so long, surviving so many massacres and losses, they are just very few in numbers. They make a great asset to the Alliance, but if they had the same numbers as the humans, the Draenei would possibly be the most powerful race that we have ever seen. Overall, the Draenei are some of the best priests, paladins, and mages around the universe. They have an extremely rich history, are physically powerful, and intellectually gifted. However, their lack of numbers, as well as moral limitations when it comes to harnessing power, definitely weakens their position. Still, the Draenei, even today, are one of the most powerful races that we have. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. Do leave your suggestions below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps out and keeps all the content going. Thanks a lot for taking time out of the day to watch this video, and see you next time.